So this is going to be a comparison between a Mortal Kombat 2 Legacy cabinet and the Mortal Kombat 30th anniversary cabinet. So I just picked this up tonight. It's the one that's got the gold dragon down the side of it. It did not come with a riser. That's the riser I made that this cabinet used to sit on. So this cabinet, the way I just bought it, it has a little tiny short riser here. There's plates on the inside that hold this panel to the side panel. Now that's similar to these cabinets that I have, this Miss Pac-Man Class of 81, where the cabinet splits right there. Don't mind this is just neon tape, glow tape. And it's got metal plates inside. So my regular Pac-Man over here has that, and Big Blue over there is built the same way. So this makes me think that this cabinet maybe came in a couple different trim levels. You know, maybe you could get this cabinet with a tall bottom half on it, like these other ones. It came with a coin door. It did not light up. I added lights to it just because I have the stuff laying around. This unit came with, this is a plastic lens here, so it should have been backlit, but it wasn't. And there's also a panel that was not in here. So not only was there no light behind it, there's a panel missing from inside here where there's holes for the for dowels to sit in on both sides. That would have blocked off, you know, behind this for the light to sit in. I just happen to have another light laying around off of another Arcade1up unit, a light panel. I just threw it up in there and plugged it into the Y splitter that I ran these off of, because there was already a you know, a spot on the PCB for a marquee light. It also has a micro SD card slot, and it's got internet, so you've got live. Now this is a Mortal Kombat Legacy cabinet. I bought this one brand new in a box, and it came with a wooden marquee up here, which I upgraded to a light up marquee. It came with no coin door. There was actually just a picture of a coin door on there. So this is one that I 3D printed, and I added lights to it. So I made all these stickers. You can see the games that are on this. This unit has 11 games. This unit over here has 14 games. So the additional games that you get on the anniversary machine, you get Mortal Kombat 3, you get Clax, and you get Tubin. Those are the other 3 games. Now this has 3 Ultimate, so this has 1, 2, and 3 Ultimate. This unit also comes with 1, 2, and 3 Ultimate, but it also comes with regular Mortal Kombat 3. I don't know what the difference is. I'm not you know, up on what the difference is on all the Mortal Kombats, because I only ever remember playing Mortal Kombat 2. This actually is, you know, with Raiden on the side, is a machine that I remember from back in the day in the arcade. The one with the gold dragon looks nice too. It, you know, really doesn't matter that much to me one way or the other. So differences, physical differences that I see, other than that's got a couple more games and it has Wi-Fi. This one does not have Wi-Fi. So other differences here are this is a Gen 1 style cabinet where it's got this laid back on an angle, and this is just a thin piece of panel. This is a more substantial piece of MDF here. This does not light up. It's not made to light up either, but it's straight up and down. It looks nicer. It actually came with a decal here, whereas this is just blank, and I just made some stickers to put on there to show you what games are on the machine. This machine has a smaller control deck. As you can see, it sits down inside here, and it's flat. This machine, the control deck is wider, and it sits on an angle. Basically exactly like Big Blue over there. Big Blue's control deck is wider and it sits on an angle. So it's a very similar setup. It's not the same control deck. I can see from here over to there. It's a different deck, but it's a similar setup where it's angled nice, make it more ergonomic to play. But then additionally, because since they added this panel in the front, they put these side pieces on here to make it beefier looking. Ignore all this pink. It's red under here. This is pink glow tape for when I have the black light on, when we're having parties and stuff. Another difference here is on this unit, this is pushed all the way out to the front here, and it's set on an angle. This unit is straight up and down, and it's recessed in. This unit, I don't know, I don't think this is a bigger screen. It's just, the way they have it set up in here, there's an illusion that it's a bigger screen, because you have the speaker panel on an angle going down into the screen, and then obviously this goes up to almost the bottom of the screen. Whereas, you know, you've got a flat speaker panel here that gives you a huge black area there, and the same down here. Since this has a flat control deck, again, you have a giant area here underneath the screen. So they're more than likely, I'm going to guess, they're probably the same size screen. That one's just done nicer, so it makes the screen look bigger. The cabinet themselves, they're both physically the same width, other than these extra panels are screwed on here. Now this cabinet's taller than this one, but I think the height came from this. When I had them both sitting on the floor, it came from this this little bit of a riser here that's like screwed on there, because this is sitting on top of a 16-inch box. Basically, this is an inline riser that I made, and it's 16 inches tall. So your standard riser is 12 inches, and then I use a 4-inch booster under it. So when I make them 16. That looks like it's taller because the cabinet sits down inside it, whereas this cabinet sits right, you know, butts up right on there. Once you take the little plastic feet off and put them under here instead of under here. Another physical difference, not a big deal, is the top panel here sits way down here. There's a screw and a screw. It sits way down here. And you can see it. See on the back here, because I make my own shelves so I can put junk on top of these. You can see the big triangle piece. This shelf will not fit on that unit because look how this is, you know, I'll have to make something, I'll have to make new triangles and stuff for this, and just a new shelf, because they have the top almost flush with the these side panels. It's probably, I'm gonna guess, maybe a 1/2 inch gap there. So, you know, the little things that are different on this make it, to me, more visually pleasing. Just like these Pac-Man cabinets versus all the other ones that they've made. These, to me, are more visually pleasing with the laid down screen and all that stuff. So, a lot of stuff, it's just preference. It's what you like, it's what you want out of, I guess, out of your cabinet. Because like I said, that's a legacy one. So, you know, I would have thought the legacy one would have been the nicest one. But I'm guessing it probably, all it meant was that you got a bunch of games instead of like 3 or 4 games, you got 11 games. Because it's basically just a Gen 1 cabinet, really. But they said the only reason that we switched over to this guy, it's got a couple more games. They're not games that are, you know, oh my god, I can't live without them games. But it, you know, it looks nicer. It's a taller cabinet. It's got more of the appearance of an arcade to me, and it only cost me $100. So I'm definitely not going to turn down a nicer, newer cabinet with Wi-Fi on it for $100, because then this guy will just sell. And since I built this one myself, I've done the the mods on it. It's got nice stuff on it. It makes it look nice. Somebody just needs a riser for it. It's not banged up or anything. This will be a nice addition to somebody else's arcade, and I'm sure they'll be very happy with it. This being my son's favorite arcade game, my little guy, I figured why not? We'll just go, he went with me for the long 4-hour round trip to pick this guy up. Since it was so cheap, I couldn't turn it down. We made the trip. Now he's got a nice newer cabinet. He's got a couple more games that I'm sure he won't even play, because I think all he plays is Mortal Kombat 2. But we'll see. And again, to me, it's just a nicer cabinet. I mean, it's more ergonomic with it angled. You got a little bit more room here because it's a bigger deck. It's an inch wider since it goes out. An inch can make a bit of a difference sometimes on these arcades when you're trying to play 2 people on here. It also looks like, looking at these, so the controllers are set down farther in away from the screen. Maybe either that, or it's just the way, either that, or they have this cut different here. That may be the difference between it being angled and this being cut different. It looks like it puts the control deck, the controllers down here away from the screen more, closer to the player. Without measuring, it's hard to tell. It didn't come with these. These are ones I 3D printed, and the control sticks look different because I have extensions I buy for them. So it raises them up a little bit more. It makes them a little more adult sized. So I took those things off of this cabinet. But, other differences, there may be some other ones, but I'm sure they're minor ones. A lot of the changes look like they're little changes, but they're little changes that seem to, my opinion, they made a big difference from this cabinet to this cabinet. And just ignore that it's sitting up higher, because even when it was on the floor, it was a little bit taller, because I've done this video several times because I keep looking at them more and finding more stuff that looks different. But again, they're all slight differences. It's not anything that if my choice was to buy this, I'd buy it again. I just happened to get that one for a crazy good deal, so I figured, why not upgrade? That's what a lot of my arcades have been so far. I'll buy one and then I'll find one nicer condition or a little bit newer, and I'll just upgrade it and I'll sell the one that I had and let somebody else enjoy it. So, alright, well, hopefully this helps people out. Hopefully there's some useful information there to show you differences between a legacy and the anniversary editions. Like and subscribe.